going to be a pain in the ass, but I will see what I can do.
The single biggest change with Resident Evil 5 is that this is a co-op experience from start to finish. This game is never not co-op. And I know that's awful grammar, and my English teacher from high school would definitely punch me in the face, but it's true. The game is always a co-op experience. If you're playing by yourself, your console is running Sheva as a co-op character. So even if someone's not connected with you, you're always going to have backup. There's going to be somebody there. It's not like past Resident Evil games where, you know, most of the time, the only other time you see somebody from Stars is when you come across their corpse, a zombie, and they're trying to gnaw your brains out. This time, the BSAA plays a lot more of an active role throughout the game, several times actually saving the players collect the bacon. For the first time, you know, on a next-generation platform, the Resident Evil game, you're not facing your fears alone. So you do kind of have that tension, that anticipation that always comes from a Resident Evil game, but you know that somebody's got your back, and it really affects the way you play the game. It's an interesting twist on the Resident Evil series. Split screen is a major part of Resident Evil 5, because, you know, not everybody in the world has a 65-inch plasma screen with high-speed connection to the internet. Some people really do just want to kick it on the couch with a buddy and play through the game. So it's great to have that feature. Although the players are always in the Kajuju region, there's a lot to see and do. So it's not always set within the urban environments that we've shown in the very early sections. There's a whole lot of flavor into the game that we're going to be slowly kind of rolling out between now and March 13th. We're showing off 3 new areas in Resident Evil fairly early on in the game. What's happening is Chris and Sheva are coming out of this mine that they've just traversed, and they're coming up now into the exterior of the mine, sort of like a strip mine area. They've got to work their way out through a series of cunningly laid Majini traps. As you work your way out of this mine, up at the end, you're assaulted by this new boss, Popokari, which is a Swahili word. It's a giant mutated bat creature. The area we're showing, Chris and Sheva are working their way through an oil refinery where they're blocked by a series of fires. They actually have to figure out how to shut off these fires while being attacked by several Majini, including the a couple of the chainsaw-wielding Majinis. So it's pretty intense. Majini is actually a Swahili word. It means evil spirits. Almost all the enemies you see in the game have been infected somehow with this new kind of mutant virus that's going through Kajuju. So we're going to see a number of different types of enemies. Even the Majini themselves fall into different categories. And as you get deeper into the experience, those characters are going to ramp up. They're going to become stronger, they're going to become smarter, and you're going to have to figure out new ways of coping with them. But the infection isn't just limited to humans. There are Majini animals. You know, as I was talking about the bat boss, you'll also see Majini dogs. The Majini dogs can be as scary as the dogs in Resident Evil 1 that came crashing in through the windows. There's nothing more terrifying than working your way through the dark, and all of a sudden seeing these pinpoint red glows coming at you at high speed. It's pretty awesome. On the Bionic Commando side, we're showing off 8-player deathmatch. The inclusion of the bionic arm with the swing mechanic brings deathmatch really into a 3D space for the first time. Really, it adds a whole new kind of boundary to deathmatch, and it really forces players into thinking in 3-dimensional terms in deathmatch, which a lot of deathmatch games, quite honestly, don't do. But with the multiplayer stuff, everybody's on equal footing. Everyone's more or less the same model, just slightly different colors, and the colors tend to be very bright so that nobody can lurk like a sneaky camper in the bushes and get off nasty headshots because they've got a special coloration. So it encourages you to keep moving instead of like pitching a tent and becoming like a backstabber. Resident Evil 5 is coming on Friday the 13th, March 2009, and Bionic Commando is coming this winter.